And the final comments will be from Bridget Garelick from BMS. And then after this, we'll have time for some questions of the panel members.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm from Global Clinical Research at Bristol Myers and taking a slightly different perspective from those of my colleagues, where I'm going to demonstrate some of our pipeline and what we're moving forward in what direction. But recognizing that everything that's been said, I can only echo, and that while we're making great strides, there's a long way to go in engaging, and hopefully that message will come out in my 5 minutes. First, the views and opinions presented are those of myself and not necessarily those of the company. I first want to start by recognizing that company is a leader in oncology development, and we are committed to develop agents for children, adolescents, and young adults with malignancy. And I'm going to demonstrate that with some of our current pipeline products, agents that we're currently working in pediatric malignancy, and those are Sprycel, Yervoy, and Opdivo. And a need to recognize that there is biologic distinction, the malignancies diagnosed in children and adolescents compared to adults, and we have to focus on the condition. And most important message, which I think we're hearing throughout the sessions today, and I can only reiterate, is that it's so important to collaborate with all our external partners. And there is a move and continued effort in that direction. And that includes our pediatric cooperative groups, our regulatory partners, advocacy stakeholders, patients and families to optimize development for pediatric tumors. There's a definite need for innovative study design in order to increase speed to patient and identify potential safety issues and long-term effects of these new agents in children, adolescents, and young adults. And these three needs were, again, I think, represented throughout the morning so far. So first for Sprycel dasatinib, just to let everybody know or show the audience what we've been developing. It's a BCR-ABL inhibitor. It's currently has an adult indication for chronic myelogenous leukemia in Philadelphia, ALL, who are resistant or intolerant to imatinib, and also newly diagnosed chronic myelogenous leukemia. We currently have a robust pediatric development plan in place, and there have been 5 clinical studies developed to evaluate the treatment of dasatinib in the pediatric malignancies. And based on some of the outcome of these studies, our targeted indications include Philadelphia-positive chronic phase CML and newly diagnosed Philadelphia-positive ALL in combination with chemotherapy in children and adolescents. In addition, through the development plan, there is also been, as Dr. Riemann pointed out, because this is an oral agent, there's been development of a pediatric drug formulation that we're currently in the late stages of studying. And an important component, which is recognized with the tyrosine kinase inhibitors to date, is a potential for effects on the growth and development of children, that will be taking this for a very long time. And so we do have built in an assessment of growth and development for these children that have been on the studies and are following this long term with 5-year follow-up. Now I want to switch gears, and there are, as we've heard also previously in the meeting today, a new class of agents that are being developed, and there's a lot of excitement and potential broad therapeutic application. And these are the immuno-oncology inhibitors, who are also recognized as checkpoint inhibitors. And there's 2 agents that Bristol Myers is currently developing and looking at for potential in pediatrics. One is the anti-CTLA-4 compound, also known as ipilimumab, and that is depicted on the diagram on the left. And then the anti-PD-1 antibody, nivolumab, that's depicted in the diagram on the right. Both of these basically turn on the T cell and cause T cell activation and turn off the inhibition that is demonstrated to be a potential component in the cancer. And so to date, the power of the IO agents has been demonstrated across multiple tumor types in adult patients. Yervoy is currently indicated in unresectable or metastatic melanoma, and Opdivo's currently indicated in a metastatic melanoma and progression following ipilimumab or the BRAF V600 mutations positive that have been resistant to BRAF inhibitors, and also most recently was approved in metastatic squamous non-small cell lung cancer. I think demonstrating too the potential of broad range that these agents can have across multiple tumor types, and as we heard in an earlier talk, some exciting results with Hodgkin's lymphoma. So does have a current breakthrough designation for that. One message, and because this is recognized, is that there is a robust pediatric development plan that it's important to develop this that's going to be distinct from adults, and that we're committed to make available to the broadest range of patients possible, including children, adolescents, and young adults. It is important that the preclinical, clinical, and translational investigation is planned, and then the full development proceed as scientifically indicated. The IO research and development will continue to inform future strategies, including new targets and rationale for drug combinations, recognizing that this is only the stepping stone, and there will need to be further investigation as we move forward and get some of the preclinical data needed and clinical data. So my time's up. Thank you, and look forward to discussion.